Rise and shine, family. This is balance. Tighten up. I'm here to share my experience, my strength, and my hope. First, I'm going to give thanks to the answers, my ancestors, Ashe. So, I just want to kind of build because I was in communion with myself, my higher self, and I'm going to express the fact that on this realm, this dimension is actually the 13th of what? September. 13. What is 13? So if you separate the 13, you got the 1 and the 3. That B, okay, it makes a B, but they separated and made it a 13. 13 is the highest spiritual number that you can actually go after you master your 12 powers, 12 constellations, 12 this and that. Long as you master yourself, know thyself. Okay, so now you done master the 13th, which is the highest realm of reality of just the overall. Okay, B, number one. If you separate the 1 and the 3, when you separate the B, you got 13 equals 4, right? And that 4 is what? You can represent the 4 elements, the 4 consciousness, right? And as I mentioned before, 4 represent, you have the star, which is the star of Orion, the star of Syria, and Polaria, and the Polarians. So 4 can also represent Orion, the number 4. That's what I was told was the number 4 is Orion. So Orion is on when you spell Orion on, which is the Orion belt, right? So 13th is today, which is on a Friday, which is Venus. So you bring that love with it. So the superstitious meaning, conditioning from the society always say 13 is a bad number. But 13 is actually a what? A powerful number. Okay. And why is it this the full moon? Now, what people don't realize is the moon is a satellite created by man. Look it up, Google it in, and it'll tell you. It's a satellite that's for humans that's put in an orbit, right? And what does this satellite does? The moon, what it is actually the left side, which is the L's. L, left side, Lucifer, the L, Lilith, the sevens, the squares. If you look into the cities, everything's created out of what? Are squares, which is the sevens and the L. Also, the moon represents the unconscious, the dark side, right? So, the dark side of what? When you look at the moon has 2 sides. It has unconscious, which is the fire, right? And it also represent the fire, represent the spirits. The spirits represent what? Your memory, your consciousness. So the back of the sun, the back of the moon is the unconscious. So it represents your creativity. So it's attack on what? Your memory and your creativity. Okay, so it pulls on it, right? But it also pulls on Earth, okay, which is another planet. But this dimension, it pulls on what? The feet and the male. Whether it's not just feet in the male as in humans, we have feet in the male as in plants, the polarities, the gender. Okay, so that's the Hermetic principle, right? So you're dealing with that polarity, and them together makes what? The makes male female. Okay, so the photosynthesis, that's what, when these two in the plants create and come one, make photosynthesis, which is the green blood. Okay, so now the moon, full moon, which they created, pulls on your memories and your subconscious mind. So it deals with the lower chakras, the demons. So this is Friday. If you want to create something new or start something new, it should be Friday and Saturday. So why did they plan it out there? Because it's an attack on you, right? So now we're going to go into the sun, which is the right side of your brain. And just so happens start with a R like Ra, R-A, right? And then when you're dealing with the left, remember I said Lucifer and Lilith, go on and on, gods. So you talk about the right side of your brain, which is the sun. The sun represent what? It represents your dreams, your dreams, your dimension, your just dreams, astral traveling, colors. It represent rhythm. You know what I'm saying? It represent the yin. Daydream, imagination, music. So then your left side actually is the yang, which is masculine. Because remember I mentioned Lucifer and all that, right? This is what it represents. It operates on your words, your numbers, order, language, communication. So that's left brain, that's right brain. But here's the reality of it all. I just wanted to break down the numbers today, Friday, and take the superstitious out of that mind thinking so we could continue who we are. But this is direct to my melanated sisters, okay? Now, we know that there's darkness, right? When I say I, I'm not talking about this body I. I'm talking about I as an all in all. I, my highest self, I created darkness, right? And then the light, right? As I exist between the both. So exist between the both, right? See, even if the sun has two polarities, which is the female and the male, right? Which makes that ball, which is 108 times, it's 108 times larger than Earth, right? It has two polarities, so that fire creates that fire, right? So when you talk about when we talking about the hermaphrodite, which is between the both, okay? Because see, the all in all is not just male and female, it's both. And in us, see, there's a sex magic going on us. Because then you create the sun, which is the circle. Then you create the moon and you put it together. You see that in between it all, right? Is where the phallus and the yoni's at on a melanated woman. But in between that all is that whole. We are whole, right? And so I witness a lot of brothers, they go in on YouTube and they be building, man. Them brothers be left brain, they be building, and they be connected with their feminine side to a degree, right? But we as a melanated woman, the originator, the all in all, the womb, the power's in us in the womb, in the whole, in knowing thyself. You know what I'm saying? And just to know that how they create the 13th the day and made it look in Google. Google will tell you that satellite is all fake, right? But that satellite, that which is the sun, is in the energy of Neptune, which is the gods. You know what I'm saying? Which is the subconscious mind. So this attack on us, right? But I watch the brothers get on and they be building, right? But here with the women, of course, with the sisters, we have to have that male side and we have to balance it, right? But together as a whole, we are powerful, right? And that's that whole that I'm talking about, and in between the both, that we got to recognize that they talking about us, the melanated women, and we got to get information and recognize and accept our power and step into it and create your YouTube channel. Just start talking and be and then the spirits, the souls, you know what I'm saying? The ancestors, the gods, the goddesses, the angels, the ancestors, my ancestors. This is what Neptune represents, and they start speaking to us and through us. And you gotta take back our power. Cause I watch these brothers, I be like, they be acting like they know all. They can't tell us who we are, the power. You know what I'm saying? We love ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But this is balance. Haven't been on for a minute. Figure I'll come in and just, for my way out, I was just building with communion with my higher self and said, you know what? I need to tap in. So if no one told you they love you today, I love you. Ashe.